The man drove like crazy on the road. All the cars got out of his way. He hit nothing but green lights the whole way. Even the traffic cops made a path for him. The soldiers saluted him because he had a top-notch military license plate. He drove like a maniac and finally got there just in time. If he had been a step slower, the woman in front of him might have been killed on the spot. To protect the woman, the man had to lie and say that she was his fiancée. But even so, the inspecting officer was not going to let it go. The officer and the man had some bad blood between them before. Hearing the man's words, the officer wanted to check the woman's ID. But as a South Korean, the woman didn't have a North Korean document. In a panic, the man had to cover up one lie with another. He said his fiancée worked for the intelligence department, which was under central control. Her identity was a top-secret file that he had no right to look at. In this way, the woman finally got past the inspection. A few days later, the woman was going to head back to her country. On the sea, the two said their final goodbye. They thought they would go back safely, but suddenly a beam of white light shone. They were discovered. In a panic, the two quickly hid in the cabin, but the inspecting officer seemed very experienced. As soon as he got on the ship, he found something suspicious. He lifted the cover of the cargo hold, but he didn't expect. To deal with the inspection, the two had to pretend to be a couple of lovers. Although the inspection did not pursue it further, it was clear that they would not be able to leave tonight. With no other choice, the two had to go back. Since the waterway was not feasible, the man planned to have the woman leave by plane. The next day, the woman set off to leave. The man did not come to see her off. The car was driving on the road and everything seemed very peaceful. Suddenly, an unexpected event occurred. A modified truck came rushing and collided heavily with the car. At the critical moment, a motorcycle charged out from the side. It turned out that the man had already sensed the danger earlier. That's why he didn't come to see the woman off. Instead, he lay in ambush here in advance. The man made a sideslip, using the motorcycle to block the tire. Then he shot the fuel tank with a pistol. The raging fire burned up, but just as the two were chatting, the soldiers on the truck were not dead. To protect the woman, the man was shot. He was quickly sent to the hospital for emergency treatment. Fortunately, he was not injured in the vital parts. After the operation, the man was out of danger. However, on the other side, the officer who had a grudge against the man had discovered the secret after several investigations. The woman was not from the North Korean intelligence department, so there was only one identity for her. She was a woman from South Korea.